Hi everybody, it's Hannah here. I hope you're all having a good weekend. I decided to put up another video because I have some extra time. Woo! So today I'm going to be talking about things that people don't realize that I can see behind the bar, which there's a lot of stuff on this list, so I guess I should entitle this number 1 and I'll get to more of them later. Okay, so the first thing on this list is that I can hear you saying dirty things about me. People don't really realize that, like, whenever you're working in the nightlife industry, you really get used to the volume and you start to be able to fine-tune people's voices, just because if you don't hear them the first time, people get really easily annoyed, and that happens pretty quickly at the bar, especially when people are waiting for a drink. So people don't realize that I'm actually able to tune out the music most of the time and that I can focus on what people are saying. So I have so many different examples of this. I'm just going to give you 2 of them, especially because one of them happened last night, which is pretty interesting. Number 1 is I was actually walking from one end of the bar to the other while picking up glasses and stuff like that. And I had served these people a couple times, so it's not like we weren't friendly or anything like that. Not strangers is what I mean. And all I hear is, "Did you see the tits on her?" So I just stopped what I was doing and I looked at him and I was just like, yeah, they've actually got supersonic hearing. And it just went really awkward for a second, because I guess he didn't realize that I could hear exactly what he said. And so could his friends, and all his friends thought it was really funny that he was getting embarrassed like that. So they all started laughing, and then he, had to chuckle about it, whatever. It happens. But yeah, I completely heard everything that he said. It wasn't like a whisper as he might have intended it, I'm not sure. The second time that I had this kind of incident at work, this is the one that actually happened last night, was I had a large group of guys and they were all paying separately, so I was just going back and forth between my system, pouring the drinks, bring the drinks, come back, back and forth, and getting everybody's order separately. So I had served this first person, and then I went to go and serve the next people, and as I'm walking back, all I hear is like the things I would do to that ass. And this one was meant to be quiet, but the thing is, I heard it. So I'm like walking over and I'm serving the next person their drinks, and I'm like, oh, it's 17 whatever, and I'm just like, I heard you, by the way. And the guy just stopped what he was doing, like, he didn't know what to say. Well, it's like, if you don't want me to hear what you're saying, just maybe try to whisper, like say it to someone else. But I really heard what he said. It was really, that one was pretty bad. One of the other things, this is item number 2, that people don't realize that I'm observing while they're at the bar is this celebration that happens whenever underagers get into the bar. And this has happened to me several times where I've been very close to the door, and at the same time, I know, like, I'm a bartender. I'm in the bar. Maybe they think that I'm really desperate for the sales and I won't care when they're underage, but they're also celebrating right next to where our bouncers do the security search, where they are fluffing everybody. And there's usually at least 2 or 3 bouncers just in that area, with me being about 15 feet away maximum. And people don't realize that they're celebrating making it past the bouncers, right next to the bouncers, but also next to me, and I can hear everything they're saying. But usually it's just so obvious. And I know, I will admit it, I have been there before where, you maybe have a bunch of friends who have an ID, but you're really worried about that one person. So once you all get in, it's finally like, woo, okay, now we can party. But at my bar, I'll observe this quite often, where you get them right there and they're all like, ah! Like screaming and hugging and stuff, and you just really can't make it any more obvious that you're underage and up to something whenever you get right past the bouncers and all of a sudden it's a huge party. I didn't realize that my clips were going to run this long, so I'm actually just going to end this video here, but I actually already have 2 more things that people don't realize that I'm observing lined up, which I should be able to get to you by next week. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all soon.